you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Detroit Lions. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
In your face.
Gun.
On 2nd down now, Huntley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 2nd down, Swift. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Shane Ray, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
47 to Mike, boy, 47.
Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Mike 51.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few. Yeah,
once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. On the return, here's Agnew. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try to left side. Swift, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Newton now to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Express. 50, Mike. 50. You got express. You got nothing. 50's the Mike.
Now Newton. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. Still on his feet. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
Hey, watch it. Sunday.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end, Zach Ertz, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. But that's complete to Sanders. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the skate! Hatchet, hatchet. Deuce. Check 3, 20. He's checking.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I know he ain't got it. Go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Hey.
Now it's Newton. Bryant has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st down, Lions.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, check my 47.
To throw is Newton. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. To throw is Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Great. Mike 51. Here we go. Man 5-7. 51's the mic.
Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On play action, Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Mike 50. We got to get the ball, G. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Newton to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
47 Mike 47. 20.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
At their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
40's the mark. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. This 5-7. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, ram. Go, Mike 40. Watch the car.
Now wins. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. As the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that'll make it 13-7.
Next to score, Lions 13, Eagles 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check flag 47. 8.
Here's Newton. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And the Lions first down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Mike's 47. Let's go, D.
A final shot before the break. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch out. Hey, 57. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
To throw, it's Wentz. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. SOS.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Empty.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Third down and 8.
180. We want this. Let's kill. Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down.
On play action, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
From the end zone, Newton. Flushed out right. Open man is Galladay, complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 98 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
It got his man complete. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you up. I'm going to run you up.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
81. Hey, Wood. Mike 51.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll run on first down. Swift fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Here we go. Waiting. Hey, kill. Hey, force home kill. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Here we go. Run. Shift. Go.
Wentz now on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Pac-Man. Waiting. I'm here all day. Check 26. Kill.
Now it's Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Elliott good with a PAT, and this is back to a 5-point game.
That's the score. Lions 21, Eagles 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
First down, Detroit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down now. Swift. And some space here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, kill.
Throwing now is Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Alpha. Mike 51, Mike 51. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Go, Mike 51.
On first down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think.
No. Hey, 57.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker, too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing is Wentz, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. And in the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Sunday. 52, Mike, 52. Better bring it.
Here's Wentz to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, Swift. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 30 on second down, Newton.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Back 8. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here comes the Lions punter now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check. Stand. Hey, Lou. Bang, bang.
This is Miller. A gain of 3, second down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?